They're tried, they're tested, they're my absolute favorite shoes of the season. Everything from sandals to flats to sneakers to heels to wedges. Shoe lovers, stick around. You're not going to want to miss this one. Hi ladies, it's Erin and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be all about shoes, and I want to specifically highlight some of my favorite shoes of the season in different categories that are really that perfect marriage of fashion and function. These are the shoes you're going to reach for again and again and again. Promise. You know, the other thing about shoes, it can be one of those things that you just kind of throw away. You have shoes by the door, you grab them. But shoes are a really important part of your outfit. It's not just in terms of function. Obviously, you want very comfortable shoes that are easy to walk in, especially if you're going on a trip and doing a lot of sightseeing and you know you're going to be doing a lot of walking. But you also want your shoes to really add that polishing, finishing, stylish touch to any outfit. So instead of viewing it as just a throwaway and something that you grab and go when you head out the door, I want to share some of the best fashionable and functional shoes that I think are really going to seamlessly work in your wardrobe, that you will reach for again and again, and will quickly become some of your favorite go-to pairs as well. First pair of sneakers are the Veronica Beard Valentina sneakers, not to be confused with the brand Valentino. These are by Veronica Beard and they are called the Valentina sneaker. Here are two different colorways that I bought for spring. This is the black espresso brown. The espresso brown has a shearling lining. So these were more fall winter, although you can still arguably wear the black ones all spring summer. I loved these so much and wore them so much that I got these two colors for spring. So let me kind of talk you through why I love these sneakers, why I bought them in like 8,000 colors, and why I think you're going to love them too. This pair is probably just the most classic and versatile for spring because you do have traditionally some white, some black, and some tan in your wardrobe during the spring summer months. And so I feel like this combination really works well with any great neutral basic wardrobe. The pluses for these sneakers and why I love them so much, few things. You can slip them on and off. You don't ever have to tie up the laces. You don't have a big bow here, double knot or whatever. They have a platform. So you add height, about 1.5 inches or 1.75 inch platform. So you're giving yourself a little extra height, which for me at 5'4" is great. I don't know how tall you are, but for me, this is such a selling point. These also have really good, decent tread. Not that you're dealing with too much, but you know, still can be slippery with the rain and whatnot. This pair is a white leather. It doesn't breathe as well as this one, which is a fabric. Okay, so that would be the difference. If your feet run really hot, I would recommend this pair. If you live in a cooler climate and don't really have an issue with foot temperature, I think this color combination is the most versatile, neutral, and classic for spring summer. So it just depends on your preference and what works best for you. One other thing I wanted to mention is that you can style these sneakers so many different ways because they are really more of a chic street sneaker. You can wear them with jeans, with trousers, even with dresses and skirts. I love to travel in these shoes. They do offer you that like all day comfort, walk around comfort, as well as looking very chic when you reach your destination and you want to look a little more polished and streamlined, either on travel day or at your destination. I think they're an amazing option for travel too. Next up, I want to talk about the Golden Goose slip-on mule. This sneaker and this color I bought last year. I wore them all over the place, traveling, weekend trips, with dresses, with skirts, with shorts, with jeans, with pants. They are so comfortable, so easy to get on and off. I love sneakers so much because they're comfortable, they're functional, and they're cute. This particular color I think is only available now at one retailer. We'll link it below. I like this color because it really does sort of blend in a little bit more with my skin tone, but you can choose whatever slip-on color you want. Just make sure that it's in a neutral color. The name of the game for versatility is always neutral colors. Beige, tan, camel, taupe, stone, anything in that color family. Black, white, those are neutrals, okay? I really wanted to show you this one as well, mainly because the Golden Goose sneakers are exorbitantly expensive. So I wanted to give you an awesome budget-friendly option. It's called Back 70 Streetwear, which literally I've never heard of. I saw them online and I knew I had to order them because I thought they could be a great dupe for the Golden Goose, and they are. They absolutely are. So first of all, the color is very neutral, very versatile, very wearable. I love the rounded toe, and this detail here, it really makes your feet look quite petite and small. Not that I have big feet, but it's just nice, especially with skirts and shorts, that your feet look tinier. They are slip-on, obviously, so they're easy to get on, easy to get off. Just as comfortable as the Golden Goose. What's really cool about these sneakers is that nobody knows who makes them. Nobody's gonna know this brand, at least for now. It's our little secret. These two, super versatile, wearable, chic, stylish, comfortable, all of the things that you want them to be in a sneaker. Next is kind of a wild card shoe, but I wanted to share it with you because, again, absolutely love these. Think that there is a definitive place in everyone's spring summer wardrobe for these. Too good to gatekeep, basically. So these are a mesh foam and espadrille sneaker with the platform. You can see it's about the same height as the VB. Yeah, it's about 1.75 inches. The sneaker part itself is mesh. Look at that, completely see-through. It's a little bit of a break-in here just at the top, but if you tie it a little bit looser, it's going to be easier. And I've worn them a few times. I haven't had any issues breaking them in, but there is that little, like this part can get a little tight in the beginning. Pro tip, you don't ever want to bring a new pair of shoes on a trip and break them in on the trip. You want to make sure that you break those shoes in well before you're going on that, cross-country road trip or European vacation. These look amazing with jeans, pants, and also shorts and skirts and dresses alike. I do feel it's kind of rare to have that sneaker that really works with dresses too. These work. So one outfit idea I wanted to show you was these sneakers with a black shirt dress that I really, really love. The dress is really geared for petite women, so I wouldn't get it if you're like 5'6" or taller. But look at how cute these sneakers look with the shirt dress. It's a very chic sneaker. One thing I did want to note about this particular pair of sneakers is that they run narrow. So if you have a wider foot, probably not the best idea. And the Veronica Beard sneakers, I think, run a bit narrow too. This pair is a wild card that I wanted to show you. It's not as much of a platform, it's more of a flat, but look at how cute with the espadrille bottom, the jute bottom, and then you've got some beading on the side here. Look at that. So cute. Leather in the back, even the scallop trim lace. It just has some really great details. It's just a really cool, very comfortable, cool with dresses sneaker. The next shoe is the Sam Edelman Bay Slide Sandal, probably my most worn sandal ever. I have these in a couple colors, this brown and also black. This is just a super easy, versatile, comfortable, stylish alternative to a flip-flop. They're great for travel. They take up almost no room in your suitcase. They look a lot like an Hermes sandal. These are just very chic and simple. This would be a great one to have by the door just to run out, pop out. Dresses, skirts, shorts, jeans, pants, white crop jeans, you name it, these work. And Sam Edelman, as you guys know, is such a great brand. They make really comfortable shoes. I think all of the brands that I'm sharing with you today are these regular kind of staples in terms of shoes that you can count on in terms of uniformity of sizing. You can count on in terms of quality, and you can count on in terms of style and comfort as well. Sam Edelman for me has been a years-long go-to. This is a new style that I picked up recently to try, and I do think these are quite chic and lovely. They have that braided cable detail 2 straps across the top. If you want something that's a little bit different for your black version, these are a great alternative. This pair of sandals is by Dolce Vita. This is another pair of shoes that I've brought with me already for travel and have worn a ton, even really before the season is starting here in the mountains. I think it's really nice to have at least one pair of sandals that has a lower, more manageable heel, also in a skin tone that really will lengthen the legs and really will go with just about anything in your wardrobe. These have mesh straps. They have a low-ish heel. They're very comfortable, for heels with the quotes. For me, this is really a skin color, which blends in with my legs and can lengthen the legs if I want to wear them with skirts, shorts, crop pants, crop jeans, etc. Dolce Vita is another brand like Sam Edelman that you can really always count on. And the sneakers I just showed you are also Dolce Vita. The next pair of shoes I want to show you are by Castener, which is a Spanish brand. I discovered them when we were living in Madrid for 6 months. I always kind of shied away from the espadrilles or the heels with the lace-up straps because, frankly, I was annoyed with having to tie them up. The straps would never stay up for me. It wasn't until I went into a Spanish department store, the woman who worked there showed me how to do it. I was like, what? Huh? It's that easy to keep the straps up? Who knew? Let me show you how you do it. All you have to do is take your straps toward the front, you cross them, and then you cross them again. It's like a little twist in the front. You wrap them around the back, and then you wrap them toward the front again, tie them in the front. You're all set. The straps aren't going anywhere. Amazing, right? Now, if you have a really long strap, these shoes do have quite a long strap. I could take them to the back again if I wanted the bow in the back. Totally up to you and your preference. But the key is that first twist in the front. It sounds much more complicated than it is. It's very simple. And once you get it, you get it. So a few things that I love about these. They're very comfortable, very wearable. You can walk really far in these, for a wedge sandal. They also have a closed toe, which sometimes you're going to events in the summer where you really feel more comfortable with a closed toe. Maybe it's church, maybe it's a wedding, maybe it's the office. I don't know. But I think there are those occasions where you really want a closed toe versus an open toe. And that's really why I love these so much. In addition to, obviously, that they're really cute, very stylish, very comfortable. Okay, these are new this year, and a new to me brand called Odyssey. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's either Odyssey or Odyssey, but I'm thinking it's Odyssey. Anyway, let me discuss why these are so exciting. Fairly recently, about 3 years ago, C by Chloe announced that they were going to stop making shoes. One of my all-time favorite pair of wedges is C by Chloe, and they were just discontinuing the brand, right? I was pretty upset by that. I absolutely love the brand. I love their shoes. They made great high-quality shoes that were stylish and comfortable, but also at a more accessible price point than the high-end designers. So that's why I loved it so much. Anyway, I saw these, I was like, wait a minute, that looks exactly like the wedge by C by Chloe that I love, that I bring on every single trip, that I brought on every trip for like the last 3 or 4 years. Well, anyway, these are pretty much exactly the same. There are a few minor differences, like the hardware on the strap is a little bit different. Otherwise, there really isn't much in terms of a difference between these, the Odyssey ones and the C by Chloe ones. So what I love so much about these, very comfortable especially for the height of the wedge. This is, over 4 inches. They do have a little white foam at the bottom, which makes them a little spongier. And they have that really stabilizing ankle strap, so you don't ever feel like, sometimes you have a really high heel on, your ankles kind of get topsy-turvy. I don't ever feel like that with these shoes. I love these for a trip when you're dressing up, but you still need a pair of shoes that you can walk in and function in. That's what I use these for. Or let's say going out to dinner, connecting with someone, and I want to dress up a little bit more. The other thing they're great for is a pair of really long, wide leg jeans, especially like a white jean. You just want the shoes to disappear, but you want the added height, while still being able to walk. They're great for that too. Anything in this kind of shade, gold, metallic, bronze, even blush tones can be very leg lengthening. If you are in the, lighter side, if you have lighter skin. If you have a darker skin tone, maybe a tan or a beige or an espresso brown, black could blend more in with your skin tone. But for those of you who are lighter like me, this gold is a really great neutral that will literally work with everything. I think these serve a valuable role in your shoe wardrobe. Everything I've showed you so far runs true to size. One other pair of shoes that I wanted to mention that I think deserve a place in your shoe wardrobe is the Malone Sulier Mule. These are a pricier, higher end shoe option, and these are more specifically tailored for those of you who maybe still work in an office and you need something a little more chic and elegant. I will say though that they're definitely not just for the office. I wear these all the time. Dinners, out, you can wear them to church, anything that you're doing where you need to be a little bit more elevated and dressy. So what I love about the Malone Sulier shoes is that they are exquisite, high quality, beautiful, and comfortable for heels, easy to get on and off. They have really thoughtful, gorgeous details. Like this pair has the white straps across the top. This pair has the crisscross strap at the ankle. And with these, I love to have a pair that really does like lengthen. So you can see both are in a really neutral kind of skin tone color. The thing I would say about the Malone Sulier shoes is that they run really like strangely small. So I am typically a 7.5, and these I'm an 8.5. So a full size larger. Okay, let's recap on our must-have shoes that you're going to reach for again and again. Number 1, the Valentina Veronica Beard sneakers. 2, the slip-on mule sneakers. 3, the mesh sneakers. 4, the bay slide sandal. 5, the mesh sandals. 6, the wedge espadrilles. 7, the metallic wedge sandals. And lastly, the dressy mules. Again, everything was true to size except the last pair, which runs a full size smaller, so you size up a full size. All of these shoes, I think, play a really integral role in any woman's spring-summer wardrobe, and they will be that really refined finishing touch that you're looking for that really will polish and add elevation and sophistication to any outfit that you pair them with, while still being stylish, chic, and comfortable, which is the name of the game. There's really no sense in being uncomfortable anymore. What is that audio going around by Parker Posey from White Lotus? At this age, I'm just not meant to be. Oh, I'm just not meant to live an uncomfortable life. I'm like, yeah, right on, sister. I hear ya. I see you. I hear you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, also the notification bell so you know when we upload a new video. Appreciate each and every one of you. Love y'all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.